Hey, what's up, YouTube? Make sure you go subscribe. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can keep getting these videos when they drop. And make sure you share these videos. Now, I want everybody to know that I don't like making videos about Nipsey's situation unless it's some new info that comes to me. Because over time, it becomes redundant and many YouTubers just doing it for likes and views. You know, the info that comes to me, not all the time, but some of the times it comes from reliable sources, and I don't give up my sources or tell who they are and what their names is or nothing about them or nothing like that, you know. But yeah, that's what it is. Any twist that's going on, any new anything I feel that's new, then I speak on it. Because like I said, YouTube is saturated with copycat Nipsey videos because people don't have a clue on what to say. They don't really know what's going on. They just doing it for the likes and the views and all that, and they watch a few Nipsey videos and they copy the titles and everything and so forth. I don't get monetized for these videos. In fact, I was told I won't get monetized due to my content. If you go look at some of my older videos, you'll find out why they don't want to monetize me. And it's like, oh well, that's how I feel about the situation, you know. Anyways, let's get into this video. A lot of info was brought to me about Big U and all the rest of the players. Now, I believe it, though I will still say allegedly for legal purposes, but what's in the dark will come to the light. The light will always shine, believe that. We all know Nipsey was being watched many weeks before his demise. And if you go Google the Shell gas station, you'll notice, if they don't take it down or blur it, that there's a big camera that has a little camera on top of it. Now, there's no reason for the little camera to be, there's no purpose for the little camera to be there. No purpose, because the big camera is securing the Shell gas station. So the little camera was put on top of it, pointing directly at the Marathon store and where Nipsey was killed at. So I'm gonna let y'all think about that one. There's a lot of underhanded shit going on, and Nipsey was being watched closely by secret organizations and Big U. Yeah, I said secret organizations and Big U. I believe his phone was compromised and tapped too. In fact, there's no doubt in my mind that they had it tapped so they can know his whereabouts. Allegedly Big U has been working closely with the police and he's on paperwork too. Supposedly there's a house with a camera on it behind the Marathon store, and not the house they said across the street. The house they was talking about across the street, one YouTuber had put that in his video, and I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking about the house behind the Marathon store that has a camera on it, supposedly. Anyway, this is why Blacc Sam was shot at and arrested so quickly when him and Big U had the altercation, because Big U is allegedly being protected by the police, and a sheriff occupies that house, a retired sheriff. Now, Shitty Cuz is allegedly up in the county talking his ass off. And that's one of the reasons we seen that video where Cowboy was being interviewed again by two detectives. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's a video. It's a little bitty clip. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, or whatever it is, if you can still find it. Word on the streets is everybody is slowly disassociating themselves away from Big U. And even his own son and certain people are still trying to find out if the white car really was a cop, because Shitty Cuz allegedly threw the gun in that car. So we got to find out, we have to find out what's going on with that, and I'm waiting on that info. It's so much, y'all. It's fucking sickening to my stomach. But this is the world we live in, and this is the cold-hearted reality of it. Anyways, Black Sam, the $1 million bond that he had on him, that was because of marijuana they allegedly grow, and it had nothing to do with the altercation from years ago. You know, you see, people would do all sorts of things to bring you down and stop your flow of money when they not getting any. When they not part of it, they'll do anything to fucking bring you down. And Nipsey was the type that'll put everybody on. I don't see why a motherfucker would get so jealous and have him knocked down. That's crazy. That's straight jealousy as fuck. You know, I'm gonna keep saying allegedly, because I know these videos is getting hot and not sitting well with a few people. You know, it was told to me that Big U would have the marathon shop raided all the time just to bring Nipsey down, all over money and jealousy. You know, these could be accusations and just blah 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 talk, but I believe it because it's coming from a reliable source. And allegedly Big U was sitting in his black van, or the old Benz he had, at the Shell station when Nip was killed, because he doesn't go on the Marathon property. I mean, at least he didn't go on the Marathon property when Nip was alive. He probably going on it all the time now. You know, he probably could be seen up there doing all kind of shit, you know. But I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, about Kerry Lathan. He allegedly didn't get shot and was told to lay low because he has to testify in this case. If so, that's some sneaky, dirty shit, because everyone is believing he was a victim and his spine was fucked up due to being shot. Though it's also alleged that Big U gave him that bread from the GoFundMe to keep him quiet through all of this madness. And as you can see, no one has even heard a peep from Kerry or his nephew. You know, he been real silent. Silent Bob. You know, I really want to hear Kerry Lathan speak, for the simple reason Nip was your homie. You was going to get a t-shirt. Y'all homies. You laid out on the ground. I want to know the conversation Nip had with the shooter. I mean, why is that so private? Anyway, they holding that long sentence over his head if he don't testify, so he might be damned if he don't, damned if he do type of situation. You know, that's what happens. That's what happens to a lot of people when you in them type of situations. You know, Cowboy. As for Cowboy, it's Cowboy isn't involved in this matter, peoples. I just don't. He not involved. He just having to see some shit that he wish he hadn't seen that involved his little homie, which is Nip. Big Thundercat is being pressed by various peoples because they want to know exactly what it is he knew. They want to know exactly what it is he knows and what he actually saw. You know, if he didn't actually see nothing, they like, okay, cool. But they know he's seen. So they like, man, they on his head. I believe he has been severely threatened if he opens his mouth and talks. You know, people keep saying that he talked while he was in the, you know, on the news in them interviews. He didn't say nothing damning for real. If you examine all that shit and dissect it closely, but he was there, and I believe he's seen, but I don't believe he was a part of it. You know, I mean, really, the talks, them news interviews, not shit. Big U has a lot of influence on people throughout the years, and being in that position, you can instill fear within people and manipulate them into doing whatever. And this what this shit is about. But people starting to come around now, and you can tell, because they starting to see the light. They starting to disassociate themselves. Just start observing how certain motherfuckers get down, you know. And on the other hand, watch these underhanded people. Watch their body language and their everyday moves. Yeah, do that. You see, the biggest problem with this case is that nobody thought that Nip would be missed like this and loved by so many people around the world. Nobody could have ever planned or imagined this. And he Nip is loved more than Tupac. I mean, I know some people might not want to hear that. It might not set well with him, but he loved more than Tupac around the world by all races, and they didn't count on this happening. They thought that this would go away, be swept under the rug, and be deemed as another gang shooting of a rapper. Nah, bullshit, that didn't happen. The universe didn't let that happen. You know, people would start pointing fingers at one another here real shortly. Watch what I tell you. It's gonna start unfolding like a blanket. The last straw was Nipsey going to meet with the police on that following Monday, and here's why. Here's why. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give it to you raw. If Nip would have met with them, Big U wouldn't have got that grant. Because why would we give you a grant to stop the violence when Nip is coming out of his own pockets? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Let that marinate on you. Go back and pay attention to them Vlad interviews. Go back. I'm going to see if y'all pick up on a few things, because no one has mentioned a few things yet. I'm going to just see. You know, a lot of food was taken out of people's mouths from Nip dying. You know, now Sam must get a hold of Nip's estate for various reasons. You know, particularly the kids. They need Sam and his family. And he has to pay Nip's artist still. And this is a lot of pressure on one man. You know, it's a lot more shit, though. I don't even want to speak on it, for real, for real. I mean, it probably would have y'all crying. No bullshit. And upset and angry. I was going to speak on it. Nah, I'm going to just leave it alone, because y'all, you know, this a happy Friday. I don't want to see y'all crying, because that's exactly what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? With this info. All I know is that nobody implicated or even felt Big U did anything until he made that whack-ass video with the 9 numbers on it, claiming people were saying he was involved, when in actuality, everybody was still speaking on Dr. Sebi in the documentary. He indirectly brought the attention to himself, and now people was keyed in on him. I mean, how you gonna be mad? You know? Can't take the heat, stay up out of the kitchen. I wouldn't have made no motherfucking videos at all. I'd have kept my ass up off of any type of live videos, any type of social media, straight up. But look here, I just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention or whatever. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe. Y'all make sure y'all like the videos. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you keep getting these videos when they drop. And make sure you share. Peace out.